There are various ways of seeing God. There are, in fact, basically 5. We'll call them worldviews. Ways of viewing the world and your place in it in relation to God and what ensues after this life. The first is atheism. Theos, God. Not. So atheism is that there is no God. There is no God. Now, if that is the case, then this life is all we've got. There's no God who made us. There's no God who knows us. There's no God who's come for us. There's no God to comfort us. And when we die, there's no God to greet us. Just this life. That's all that there is. Philosophically, if worked out to its logical conclusion, this is a horrific way to live your life. I'll give you 2 quotes. The first is from Bertrand Russell, the great atheistic philosopher. I put great in quotes, at least in my mind. He says this, that man is the product of causes which had no provision of the end they were achieving, that his origin, his growth, his hopes and fears, his loves and his beliefs are but the outcome of accidental collocations of atoms that no fire, no heroism, no intensity of thought and feeling can preserve an individual life beyond the grave, that all the labors of the ages, all the devotion, all the inspiration, all the noonday brightness of human genius are destined to extinction in the vast death of the solar system, and the whole temple of man's achievement must inevitably be buried beneath the debris of a universe in ruins. All these things, if not quite beyond dispute, are yet so nearly certain that no philosophy which rejects them can hope to stand. Only within the scaffolding of these truths, only on the firm foundation of the unyielding despair, can the soul's habitation henceforth be safely built. Here's what he's saying. There is no God. You come from nowhere and no one. You're here for no purpose. If you are hurting or suffering, there is no one to help you or rescue you or comfort you. And when you die, there is nothing awaiting you. What he's saying is this is the scaffolding for life. And the foundation, he says, is, quote, unyielding despair. Richard Dawkins, a more modern-day atheist, was asked the question, doesn't your worldview lead you to be depressed? Here's what he said. I don't feel depressed about it, but if somebody does, that's their problem. Maybe the logic is deeply pessimistic. Maybe. The universe is bleak, cold, and empty, but so what? Bleak, cold, and empty, but so what? Logically consistent, emotionally deadly. You come from no one. You come from nowhere. You're here for nothing. No one can save you. Might makes right. Only the fittest survive. If you are losing, it's because you're a loser. If it's your pain, it is for progress, and so be destroyed in the name of forward advancement. And when you die, there is nothing. There is no one. You go nowhere. The universe is cold, bleak, and empty. But so what? Build your life on unyielding despair. You ever wonder why atheists don't have great songs? That's why. Now, where this leads inevitably is that when your life really hurts, you're struggling, you're hurting, you're physically injured, you're diagnosed with cancer, your marriage is in shambles, your loved one has betrayed you, your children are wayward, your boss fires you, you're nearing your end, emotionally you're undone. Maybe you're just a tender-hearted, conscienced person and just life on the earth is very difficult for you, here's where you end up going with this ideology. Depression. You're just depressed. You're just depressed. That's why the number one category of prescription medications is antidepressants. Not saying that all medication is a sin, but a lot of medication is a functional savior. People who don't know God and as a result don't have hope. It also leads to self-medication, drugs, alcohol, sex, pornography, shopping, violence, entertainment, a consumption culture, a conspicuous consumption culture. Thirdly, it results in suicide. If there's no God to judge me and no God to help me, and when I die, there is no consequence, then if it hurts really bad, why not just get it over? I'm going to die anyways. Let's just move the date. Prayed for a gal just an hour ago, bawling. She said, that's what I believe, and I was going to kill myself. What do I do? That's consistent. That's why teen suicide rates are up and girls cut themselves in junior high. That's why. That's why. You know, my sons, they're 8 and 10, they have a buddy who was diagnosed with cancer, elementary school boy. Good boy, nice boy, sweet boy. Recently took them to the hospital to visit their friend and bring him a gift and pray for him. You know what I didn't tell the Driscoll boys? Look, the universe is cold, empty, and bleak, but so what? And the key is to build your life, gentlemen, on unyielding despair. And only the fittest survive. So if your buddy doesn't make it, he's back on the food chain of Darwinian evolution, and that's what happens to the less fit. It's unbelievable that people would adopt this as hope for their life. It's not hope for their life, it's certainty of their death.